So, if you're in South India right now, you've probably been looking at one thing: a whole lot of gray sky and a ton of rain. But why is this happening? Today, we're going to go under the clouds and break down the powerful weather systems that are bringing all this relentless rain to the region.
I mean, that's the question on everyone's mind, right? Is this ever going to stop? Well, to figure that out, we're going to unpack the science behind these storms, take a look at the incredible impact they've already had, and then give you a detailed forecast for exactly what's coming next.
Okay, so to predict what's going to happen, we first have to understand what's happening right now. So let's dive in and look at the powerful forces at play in the atmosphere. The main character in this whole weather story is this massive atmospheric circulation. It kind of started out over the Comorin Sea, and as it's been drifting west over the Lakshadweep Islands, it's just been gathering more and more strength, like a snowball rolling downhill.
And now, this system has gotten so strong that it's officially become what meteorologists call a low-pressure area. The easiest way to think about this is like a giant vacuum cleaner in the sky. Seriously, it just sucks in all this moisture from the sea, pulls it way up high, and then, boom, that moisture turns into these dense, rain-filled clouds, and we get the downpours we're all seeing.
But wait, there's more. This system isn't working alone. It's connected to something called a trough. And you can picture a trough as basically a river of moisture flowing in the atmosphere, feeding even more fuel into this rainmaking engine. So when you put those two together, you get a perfect storm scenario, which is why we're seeing these really widespread, intense showers all across the south.
So that's the science behind it. But what does all that actually look like on the ground? Well, the numbers from just the last 24 hours are pretty staggering. Let's take a look. And wow, this data really tells the story. Just look at the top of that chart. Sundarajapuram in Virginanagar got a jaw-dropping 277 millimeters of rain. To put that in perspective, that's almost a foot of rain in a single day. That is a lot of water. And as you can see, a bunch of other places in Theni, Kanyakumari, and Virginanagar also got hammered with over 100 millimeters. It just shows you how intense these downpours have been. All right, so that's what's already happened. But what really matters to all of us now is what's coming next. So let's break down the forecast state by state for the next 24 hours. We're going to start with Tamil Nadu, which has really been at the epicenter of this whole system and is, well, it's bracing for more. So if you're in the southern districts, and you can see them all listed right there, Thini, Tenkasi, Kanyakumari, the forecast is for heavy to very heavy rain. So yeah, the worst is definitely not over yet. For big cities like Chennai and its surrounding districts, the rain is going to keep coming, ranging from moderate to heavy. The big takeaway here for Tamil Nadu is that there are going to be very, very few dry spots over the next day. Okay, let's head west over to the coast and see what's in store for Kerala, which is pretty much directly in the path of all this moisture being pulled in from the sea. In Kerala, it looks like the southern and central districts are really going to bear the brunt of it. This is especially true up in the Western Ghats, where those mountains are literally going to squeeze even more moisture out of the clouds. As you move north, the rain will be a bit more moderate, but still really widespread. So the bottom line for Kerala, it's going to be a very wet day ahead, pretty much from one end of the state to the other. Now, as we move a little further north into Karnataka, the picture gets a lot more complicated. Here, the storm's impact is going to be far from uniform. Yeah, this slide really shows the split personality of this weather system when it comes to Karnataka. On one hand, you've got heavy rain expected in some really key areas, like Kodagu and even around the tech hub of Bengaluru. But then, on the other hand, and you can see it right at the bottom there, large parts of the state are actually expected to stay completely dry. It's really a tale of two different weather patterns in just one state. And that contrast gets even more dramatic when we look at Andhra Pradesh and Telangana side by side. In Andhra Pradesh, on the left, there's this battle raging between dry air and moist air, and the result is going to be widespread rain, with the heavy showers winning out along the coast. But then, right next door in Telangana, you can see the dry air is clearly winning the fight. Most of the state, including Hyderabad, is going to stay dry, with maybe just a slight chance of some rain in the far south. So we've covered a lot of ground, a lot of different places. But if there's one single thing you need to take away from all of this, what is it? Well, it all comes down to one number: 14. That's the number. 14 districts in Tamil Nadu are under a significant alert for heavy to very heavy rainfall. This is absolutely the most critical piece of information for anyone living in or traveling through these areas, because it tells you exactly where the most severe weather is expected to hit. So, with this whole forecast in hand, the real question isn't just about what the weather's going to do, it's about our response to it. From checking for waterlogging in your neighborhood to just securing loose things around your house, every little action counts. The sky has its plan for the next 24 hours. The real question is, what's yours?